So welcome again to my channel. I am Lasana Batis. Are there rewards in doing a home garden? Definitely. Guys, without much effort, I have some lettuce here. So much so that I have to share it with the neighbors. We have some lettuce to share out here.
What?
So we'll get these cleaned up. We'll definitely have to give away some of these lettuce. I'm thinking about my sister, Auntie Pearl and they, and we'll keep some for ourselves. So heading back in the back, going to do a couple of things. Then we're going to organize. We're cooking some pak choy and saltfish and hot whole wheat sada roti. So stay tuned and yep, let's enjoy our day. I'm really not too happy with the soil that is in this trough. The plants seem to be rotten at the root, which is an indication to me that the soil is not draining properly. So I'm going to remove some of this soil and I'm going to try to amend it once again with some peat moss and some perlite. And it's better to try and get it right from the start. I had some lettuce in here and I removed them. See how hard that is to break apart? So we need to fix this. I'm going to be removing half of the soil, adding the peat moss, adding some perlite, and some of the compost. Another problem with this trough, there's only one drain hole to the center. One drain hole is not enough, so for the people who enter making these troughs, definitely you should consider putting about 2 or 3 large enough holes. This is retaining too much water. I will have to remove this cabbage. I think I want to take out more. Barely any signs of root development. So we'll just stick this in somewhere here. Not good enough. Not good enough. This is gonna get super duper sticky. Plant roots really gonna get some trouble getting through this, guys. This is like plasticine. Look at it. Once you could knead it up like this and it's staying together like this, this is not a good mixture. Plants cannot survive in this. Look at this. Now, there is an earthworm. That's a really good sign. But this is not, definitely not good. So I just left back a small percentage. And I'm still thinking that we will remove some of this. And as you can see, the Pro Mix has gone down tremendously. We're going in with some perlite. After a while, you could average these things. Compost. Now this is not a really strong compost to say, but I'll show you guys something. This is a richer form of compost here. Paid $35 a bag. It's locally made. Known as black coal. This is the compost that I use. That forms a great percentage of my soil. And I just love to get my hands into it. So a trough like this, you definitely don't want a heavy soil inside of here. It's going to get soggy, it's going to get sticky, and if it happens to dry out, it's going to really become rock hard. You need loose soil. So in the future, the balance of that soil that I purchase, I will just be using a small percentage of that together with this mixture. I also collected a lot of cow dung, as you would have seen in an earlier video, and that is curing right now. I just have it in a crocus bag, and I'm just adding vegetable scraps to it until I have the bag filled. Maybe I may go back and pick up some more of that cow dung, add it to it, and just leave that bag tied up for over the next 3-4 months. It's the no-turn method. You're just leaving it to rot on its own. Of course, if you want the compost to come in quickly and you have a tumbler or you want to turn it up, the compost is going to come in faster because you're introducing more oxygen into the compost pile. But think about it, compost is a very expensive thing. You could get yourself a couple bags of manure, maybe horse manure, chicken manure. Just put it in your garden and leave it to rot in the bags. Morning. How are you going? No, talking to the audience. How are you going? I was now demonstrating that. Mommy, you have the bring the lettuce for them now, yeah, please. Yeah, man.
Sana look the bag with composting.
Yeah.
All these mangoes falling, boy.
Here's the weather. Alright, so that looks good, guys. And we were just speaking about compost, mommy. Where the bag is?
That would be good. Sana is Scottish.
It's on top of the island.
No more mango than leaf today.
Alright, so this is the manure here that I collected. And I have some vegetable scraps. Just gonna add it to the bag. That's it, guys. Give it a little wet and leave it to do its magic. If I get more manure or maybe some dry leaves, I'll put on another layer. Keep on folding the bag as we go, tie it up, and just leave it alone. So I'll just leave this soil resting for a while. I haven't decided what I'm going to put in it for the while. But in the meanwhile, to hold some nice moisture into the soil, you could rest some other pots on top here. Maybe I could sow some seeds in that corner. Remember, we're trying to utilize space. And always try to keep your garden clean, just like your kitchen, just like every other department. Clean as you go. So as you can see, in less than a week, I am almost through the bag of Pro Mix. I have a lot of good soil. I am definitely thinking about purchasing another bag of this Pro Mix. I want to see if I could get it at a place that's a bit cheaper though, right? But definitely I am pleased with the amount of work that I was able to get from this bag of Pro Mix, and I still have some here. I was able to fill up a big tire. Let's take a little walk around. I'll show you guys. I was able to fill this tire, which is about 10 inches by about approximately 20 inches across. I was able to amend the soil in this trough. I was able to pot these plants that you see in here so far. I was able to amend this soil here. Planted a really beautiful pimento yesterday, which I hardened up in a pot. I didn't do anything here. I was able to amend this soil here for the bhaji and for the bandania. Potted all these guys here. I'll have to spray these soon, wet them a bit. I was able to amend this soil here. Amend that soil for the Karaili. I was able to pot out all these plants. This cabbage. These guys hanging here. I was able to amend all this soil you see in here. Potted that tomato plant. Potted some chive. I was able to also do this area. Able to fill this big pot. Potted this guinda. I was able to fill this box. Here's a body and this entire trough. I will say that is my money's worth. I'm sorry that I didn't go this way. I spent about $800 purchasing the soil that is sold in this area, and if I have to do it again or give anybody any advice, it's better you spend $1,200 double the amount of soil that I was able to get from this bag of Pro Mix, and you're going to have yourself a lot of planting soil. So this is the way I will be going from now on. Definitely big bag of Pro Mix, couple bags of compost, some perlite, and if you're able to afford to buy it in bulk, such as the big bags of perlite, the big bag of Pro Mix, you're definitely going to save a lot of money. Buying these things in small quantities, the markup on it is quite high, and you're not going to get value for your money. So I hope you enjoyed this little clip today. Just me spending some time in the garden. This is my morning routine. This is my evening routine. This afternoon I will be spraying for mites. As I said, if you end up with a problem where there's mites in your garden, you have no choice but to spray. Go to the garden shop and ask them for the appropriate medicine to treat the problem that your plants are having. It's better to be treating a plant for the first 5 weeks of its life. Thereafter, mites will not be able to attack the plants. You don't want, however, to be spraying when your trees are in the bearing stage. So it's better from inception, follow like a 6 weeks program, religiously spraying things like body, pepper, leaf miners, mites, you name it, treat them. For those of you who may have problems with the African snail, guys, get some bait and begin to treat around your place. Also, if you have a garden such as the one we have here, where you have ornamental plants together with your vegetable garden, remember there are certain plants such as the croton, hibiscus. These things are very, very delicious for mealybugs. So don't only treat your vegetable plants, but also treat your ornamental plants. So I hope you guys enjoyed this segment, and I'm wishing everybody a wonderful day. Remember, if you happen to be down and out, put a smile on your face, and remember, just leave things that is beyond your control in the higher power hand, whoever he may be. Send lots of love.